invite you to the Small Business Development Workshop, How to Do Business with California Government, on Thursday, May 15th at Victory Park in Pasadena, 2575 Paloma Street. Get certified and register as a new bidder. Sell products and services to the state. Learn about pre-bid events and more, and it's all free. All you have to do is sign up at www.calbcc.org. That's www.calbcc.org. Registration for the Small Business Development Workshop, How to Do Business with California Government, begins at 9 a.m. and the workshop concludes at 1 p.m. on Thursday, May 15th at Victory Park in Pasadena, 2575 Paloma Street. This is a community call to action from the California Black Chamber of Commerce and KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
In India, the word Kundalini has a great meaning. They've written books about it, and several claim they have awakened that sky. I won't go into it all. Don't be mesmerized by this word. A kind of release of energy, so that energy is inexhaustible. That's the meaning of that word. But it has other meanings and different types of. Just the fact is to awaken the energy and to let it function completely. And so-called process may also be imagination and so on. Do all these things matter? One is able to read other people's thoughts. They are experimenting with that in Russia. Andropov can read Mr. Reagan's thought. Or Mr. Reagan can read Mr. Andropov's thoughts. Then game is over. And if you can read my thoughts and I can read your thoughts, then life becomes terribly complex and rather tiresome. They have experimented this in Duke University in America. They have proved telepathy exists, that thought can control matter, and so on. This is the old Indian tradition. Perhaps Kay has done some of these things, but is this all important? It's like having a good bath. Right? After a hot day, having a good, clean, healthy bath with clean towel and good soap. But at the end of it, you're clean. What matters is that you're clean. Right?
I love Krishnamurti, you already know. But he's bringing up some great points here. Again, he's talking about telekinesis and the ability of the mind to be able to control matter. But does any of it matter if you haven't used that power to confront you? None of that matters. You can manifest whatever trinket you want, whatever car, whatever lifestyle, whatever woman, whatever guy. You can manifest whatever, right? Mine is exceedingly powerful. But if you haven't turned that manifestation inwardly, can you, instead of manifesting a Maybach, can you manifest a healed inner child for yourself? Can you manifest forgiveness for the psychological rift between you and your absent father, or your abusive father, or your abusive mother, or your absent mother? Or instead of manifesting the 9-bedroom crib, do you see? That's what Krishnamurti is talking about in that clip. He said, yeah, Russia, talking about telekinesis and the mind and manifesting. Again, manifestation for many people is a damn escape from the hell of themselves. Man, do you know how many people I make uncomfortable by asking them to turn their keen insight onto themselves? Boy, I done seen they got the eagle eye. They can see mess in other people from 10 miles away. But when I say, hey, can you turn that lens around? They struggle. Toxic positivity versus brain atrophy. The neuroscience of spiritual gaslighting. Psychological insight here. Chronic emotional suppression correlates with alexithymia. That's Taylor et al., or Taylor and others, 2022. Right? Alexithymia, you know what that is? Emotional blindness. Can't feel, can't see, don't understand the feelings you have. Emotional blindness. What was that feeling? What does that feeling mean? I don't know what to feel. Your clinical and empirical insight. Hippocampal volume reduced by 14% in good vibe only cohorts, according to Lancet Psychiatry. Metaphysical, third eye calcification from denying shadow frequencies. Paramahansa Yogananda's Kriya Yoga warnings. Do you see what I'm trying to point out? The whole topic, I went for an hour, and I'm going to get these callers in right now. But do you see the premise? You got to move in wholeness. You want to manifest while neglecting self. See, I keep pointing out the balance, counterbalance. Nah, ignore me. But I want to live grandiose. I want to have grandiose. I want to be treated right, but you don't treat yourself right. If insecure attachment comes from intermittent positive reinforcement, if insecure attachment comes from the lack of emotional attunement, if insecure attachment comes from physical abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, or whatever, now ask yourself a question. Okay, yeah, it came from mom and them. Cool. Now I'll come back to you. Do you currently do any of these things to yourself? Are you present with yourself the way your parent should have been present with you? And if you're doing the same thing your parent did to you, which resulted in you having an insecure attachment style, are you reinforcing that attachment style? What kind of spiritually insecure attachment style are you giving yourself? You can't manifest what you want while suppressing who you are. Let's get our callers in here. Let's go. We on fire tonight. We all over the country already. Let's go to Michael from Warren, Ohio. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, sir?
So, Williams, you are not only cooking, you are walking over hot coals, but not burning because you're so spiritually connected that you cannot feel the pain.
I'm walking on hot coals tonight. Let's go.
I just happened to turn on the radio tonight, and I'm in this space that you're talking about. Number one, let's start with religion. I was an atheist. But over the last 3 years or so, and particularly now at the age of 52, I've become very spiritual, and I've been reading. Can I say these titles of these books that I read, or
sure,
leave that alone?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, sure.
I read 3 books that changed my life, and number one, you're summarizing the entire book of The Power of Now.
Oh, Eckhart Tolle. Yeah.
I study that book daily because I have to keep me grounded in presence and keep me grounded in the being of myself and knowing, which is my spirituality now, that God is, like, as you said, unfathomable. And I hate when people call God a he. God is me. And as Eckhart Tolle says, I on earth am Jesus Christ, which is the manifestation of God here on earth.
Now, you know, our Christian brethren ain't gonna like that. They're gonna find that to be quite blasphemous.
I know, and I am so intuitive these days. I see people's ego from a mile away. And speaking of our Christian brothers, when I think about, like, let's say, for example, a woman will say, I want a God-fearing man, but then she'll ask what that man does for a living. If he doesn't do anything that's financially securing his and her future, then she doesn't want anything to do with him. That is the opposite of what God-fearing is.
Wow, that's heavy. Keep going, brother. I'm listening. I'm listening, brother. I'm just listening. Please share. You have the floor.
And speaking of Eckhart Tolle talks about getting into your being and breathing and feeling your blood flow and just trying to get down to the visceral of the feeling of even your blood cells of where you come from. I read that book, and he talks about, shedding your ego. I didn't really understand that. I made a note, okay, how do I shed my ego? I don't seem to know how to do that. Then I read a book called The Ego is the Enemy. And it kind of says what you said. You have to throw yourself away, in sort of words. And I wrote a haiku after reading that book. It says, you deserve nothing. You are nothing, nobody. You're your work's result.
Ooh, wait. Let's unpack. You know why that's so powerful? Wait. Say that again. One more time for the haiku. Let's go.
You deserve nothing. You are nothing, nobody. You're your work's result.
Okay, so let's stop. I understand it perfectly. You know why this is so? You were taught to be something. Let me tell you something. The ego is tantamount to the little g translation in the Bible. Your ego is what makes you a little g. People don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean, Zoe? Ego, right? Ego is identity. The 9th letter in the alphabet is I, right? Ego, identity. Do you see? So this is me. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. I'm real. I'm a G. I'm this. Yes. I got no.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a CPA.
Now watch this. Go even deeper. Not the ego is the pattern you modeled. That is the seed of it.
Yes.
Say you get hurt in your early childhood, abused, disrespected, neglected, whatever. Everything in the childhood is a pattern-making machine. The brain is an association-making machine. So you come through a toxic pattern, right? Even if that toxicity was benign, you know, the slow kill kind, the one that makes you look back fondly on your childhood like, you know, we had it okay, but you don't know what you modeled internally that is actually toxic and slowly killing you. Fine. That pattern, your ego identifies with it and incorporates it into its sense of self. Your haiku, what's the first line again? Say it one more time.
You deserve nothing.
Do you know why you deserve nothing? Because you have everything. The Hindu would say God is one. Many people misinterpreted the Hindu, have no idea what the Hindu belief system is about. Oh, they worship all these gods. No, they see God in everything, so everything they saw, they named after God. That's all.
I didn't even understand that.
Do you see? They say, oh, they got over 300,000 gods because they believe God is in everything. Rocks, animals, everything. That's all that is. But you think they're worshiping a bunch of different gods when they're saying, no, everything is a manifestation of God. So the first thing, you deserve nothing. That's the same as the Quran saying, Allahu as-Samad. Allah is needless. One of the principles, wait, let me give you this and I'll let you have the floor. One of the core principles of Islam, again, is al-Tawheed, the oneness of God. Even the Bible backs it up. The Quran is in alignment with the Bible, with the Old Testament. God is one. Have only one God. There are no other. Oneness. Do you see? But if we're looking at it from the line, there's 300,000 gods over there. No, just 300,000 manifestations of the same God. Go ahead, brother.
Now, the reason I came to this, you deserve nothing and you are nothing, nobody, is because, as you said earlier, you have to sit in this suffering and you hate sitting in that suffering. Now, my suffering came because, number one, I'm not going to mention the exact details, but let's say I took this professional educational track and I passed this difficult exam and I tried to start this, what I thought would be a successfully financial future path. And you know, ever since I passed that exam and tried to do that, over the last 10 years, I have only had a gainful employed job for 2 of those years. And the thing about that is that I took that exam not to be in the position that I am in now, which is suffering and having lost everything and been spiritually broken down, and the universe is just breaking down my ego because I have not obtained anything, which is those outside material things which I thought would make me something, but yet I have suffered so much that I realize what we're talking about is that I am something regardless.
You are the sum total of all things if you understood the words of Christ. For those who believe on me, I give you the power to do even greater things than... listen, man, guess what you just did, man?
I just brought Warren, Ohio into the building.
Ohio is in the house. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Hey, Nikki from the SIP, call back in here because you was next.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again. Holla, holla.
Our hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God!
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say. Let's do this.
Let's get it on! On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice Plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There will be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are 2 big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DePrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Love you. Love you.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
She wrecked my life, crushed my pride, smashed my dreams, then threw me aside. Oh, baby, really blessed me when she put me down. Heaven smiled on me when you are found. You gave this life of mine a bright new chance. Now Beverly's back to upset our plans. For each tear that she may cry, it's too late now. For each whistle lullaby, it's too late now. 'Cause I'm more than happy, girl, I'm satisfied. And I'm more than let you, girl,
So the first thing that I really want to talk about, and the first concept that really needs to be explained, is signs, and looking for signs, and what exactly to look for as signs when it comes to conscious creation. Now, this isn't something that is so much taught as it is something that people who are new to this naturally do. And this is a habit that a lot of people who are new to this fall into. So I want to talk about looking for signs in your 3D world, because this is one of the most challenging things to overcome for somebody who's new to manifesting. As humans, we naturally want to be able to measure something or be able to see it objectively, so we know that we're on the right path and we know that we're doing this correctly. So a lot of people will fall into the habit of looking for signs in their outside 3D world. Now, I want to be clear about this, because if you notice progression with your desired end, if you notice that things are moving in the right direction...
That's all cute. That's all fine and dandy. But it's sounding like spiritual commercialism. Looking for signs and in the 3D world and pulling it into your reality. Whatever it is that you want, look for the signs of its manifestation. Another escape. Jesus did miracles for the destitute. Oh, there's hungry people here? There's a lot of people here. Okay, he got lunch for himself. He got 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Okay, give me that, and I'm gonna feed every miracles. Do you understand? In the book of Matthew, Jesus is approached by a woman. She says, "Hey, man, I know you. I know what you want. You that dude. Can you help my daughter?" What did he say? Listen, I have not come but unto the house of the lost sheep of Israel. I'm only for them. He basically called her and her daughter a dog. And she said, "True, master, but don't the dogs eat the scraps from their master's table?" She was asking Jesus to heal her sick leper daughter. He said, hey, I ain't here for everybody. What you on? I got the lost sheep over here. This is what I'm about. She said, "That's true, man. Listen, but I please, can you help my daughter?" And he sent her away and said, "Be it as thou wilt." And her daughter was healed. Miracles, manifestation. We manifest materially. Spiritual consumers. I got to get this matching yoga mat. And my fingernails and toenails must match the mat. Am I lying? Nikki from the SIP, get in here. I gotta talk to you.
Brother Zoe and the fam.
Oh, I love Nikki. What's up, Nikki? Give it to us raw.
Well, it's about what you're talking about, and it's such a good example. So stay with me for a minute.
Wait.
And we're going to arrive at the location.
Wait, you going to need a minute. I already feel it.
Yo, it's good, though.
I know it is. You ain't got to tell me it's good. You miss food for thought. So do me this solid, because we right up on it. I don't want you to get started, and then I cut you off.
Hold on.
So just stay with me. We going back to Mississippi. I promise you guys, turn your radios up. You don't want to miss this. Nikki from the SIP with her signature food for thought.
Showed me what a true heart really means. For that baby talk she talks, it's too late now. For that wiggly walk she walks, it's too late now. Girl, I'm satisfied, and I'll never leave my baby's side. With you already, she can't break the chains that binds us together. I love you forever.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Rapper Snoop Dogg is addressing the backlash over his performance at President Trump's crypto ball, saying his new album will speak for itself. In a recent interview, he explained the event was a smart financial move and helped him connect with people who can bring tech resources to underserved communities. Memphis, Tennessee is asking a judge to sanction Tyree Nichols' family attorneys, claiming they misled the public about who would pay the $550 million lawsuit. The city says Ben Crump's firm wrongly suggested taxpayers would not be impacted. Nichols' team later clarified their statement. And Black Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown is suing the Trump administration over immigration conditions tied to federal funding. He says the feds are overstepping by forcing states to act against their own laws, especially in transportation and emergency services. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
KBLA Talk 1580 and the California Black Chamber of Commerce invite you to the Small Business Development Workshop, How to Do Business with California Government, on Thursday, May 15th at Victory Park in Pasadena, 2575 Paloma Street. Get certified and register as a new bidder. Sell products and services to the state. Learn about pre-bid events and more, and it's all free. All you have to do is sign up at www.calbcc.org. That's www.calbcc.org. Registration for the Small Business Development Workshop, How to Do Business with California Government, begins at 9 a.m. and the workshop concludes at 1 p.m. on Thursday, May 15th at Victory Park in Pasadena, 2575 Paloma Street. This is a community call to action from the California Black Chamber of Commerce and KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
New Always Pocket Flex Foam will change the way you think about pads. Get full-size protection in a surprisingly tiny pack that fits right in your purse or pocket. Perfect for life on the go. With up to 0 leaks, 0 feel, and 0 bunching, you'll forget you're even wearing a pad. And Always Pocket Flex Foam is designed to adapt to your body, so you can move freely and confidently throughout your day. Experience the future of period protection with new Always Pocket Flex Foam. Pick up your pack today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Today my world is blue. So show me to where there's music. Show me to where there's music. With music I just might go. Oh, I gotta have a soul to go and
to recognize the nature of the mind or get a glimpse of it is one thing. To stabilize that realization is something else. And for that, we need to really have the genuine motivation, aspiration to try to make our daily life into our practice through trying to become more conscious, more aware, more relaxed, more spacious, not caught up in all our heavy chattering mind the whole time, allowing it to flow without grasping.
Allowing it to flow without grasping. That lady gets it. We've turned manifestation into another tool for acquisition. You can acquire, remember the Bible, in all thy getting, make sure you get some understanding. Huh? Let me get Nikki from the SIP in here. She was about to cook us with her famous food for thought. Nikki, you have the floor.
I heard an interview today about Diddy, and I'm only using it because sometimes it's easier to see it over there before I see it over here. Mm-hmm. The guy's name is Tim Patterson. They grew up together in the same house. Mm. The person doing the interview, Tim was 5 and Diddy was 3. So he knew him before he's this person we know today. Mm-hmm. The interviewing person continued to refer to Diddy as Puff and all those other renditions of himself. Mm-hmm. And at the end, she asks him, how do you think Puffy is going to turn out? And he said he would never call him all these other names. He always referred to him as Sean Combs because that's who he knew. Mm-hmm. He said what he thought happened was that Puffy came to be because there was something in Sean that he did not want the world to see. He did not want the world to know, or that he was ashamed of himself. So he continued to make these manifestations, Puff, Brother Love, whatever they all the other ones are, masks. He continued to make them so that no one would see the real him. And this is the get. He said he's going to have to kill every one of those other hymns and go back to Sean and deal with Sean. Ooh. Whether he's in jail or he's out. If he does not kill all those other rendition masks and go back and deal with the real Sean, he will not be okay in either place.
So Sean Combs, is
yes
equivalent to the shadow. And P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, God is love, brother love, all that is the
all
youngin' mask that he wears.
Come on.
Right? Ooh, no, you come on. You cooking us right now. Keep going, Nikki.
So when we do, no, you can't is the answer to your question. If we don't deal with us, you got to know the dark sides of you, whether they're sides that you need to exorcise or that at least be aware of them enough to know this is where I need to work. So that you don't create all these other yous, masks, and you end up in this ridiculous foolishness over here.
Hey, and let me just say this, Nikki, before people start judging Diddy, some of y'all got on a
That's
wife.
What I'm telling you.
Some of them got on a wife mask.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Some of them got on a husband mask. Come on, Nikki. Come on.
Because we don't learn. I promise we don't learn. The God in us, the big G, is going, really? I got to go this far for y'all to get?
Yeah.
You still not there? Come on, people. And I'm saying that because his friend, now, if you know somebody at 3 years old, you went all the way up to high school. This Mr. Patterson went to the military and Sean went to Harrell. You know Sean. And it was so enlightening because he gives us the perspective, the not sensationalist part. But the parts, that's how you know if somebody was your real friend. The parts of you that could be recognized before it got this far. Because that's a soul that said, wait a minute, I think, this is just his opinion. I think he didn't want us to know the truth. Because he was either ashamed or afraid of it, or he did not have a skill set to deal with whatever his predilections were. And as he continued to ascend, and see, isn't it funny how as you're doing this, you're always surrounded by people who want to support or give air to the part you're trying to hide or are ashamed of. It's hardly ever the ones that want you to come on out so we can deal with it, so we can get on with the get on.
Yes.
That's not what happens.
Yes.
That's usually not what happens. And I thought it was such a beautiful illustration. That's the only reason why I called you all tonight, to use that as an example.
I love
because
it.
That's what happens to us. And maybe if we can see it over there, then maybe we can head it off over here before we end up over there.
Nikki, you have no idea. I love you, Nikki. Lord have mercy.
I love all y'all more.
Guess what you
I'm
just
about to
did?
sip in the building. Brought the sip in the building.
Nikki from the SIP. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Two of my favorites are up next. Can I get them now? Okay. Two of my favorites are up next. We got Nzinga from Pensacola. And we got to close the show with the legend. I got to give him space. That's why he been waiting. Ronan from Naptown. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The Comedy Connection series featuring KBLA's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady. We're going to transform relationship disasters into stand-up material live at Inglewood's Miracle Theater on May 31st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My clinical team will disclose all of your dating woes, while the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady, has hand-selected supremely talented comedians to roast all of our tragic relationship choices. I dare you to bring your ex's phone number because Ray, he's going to text it live and the crowd will be sourcing emojis. Tickets are moving swiftly, so don't hesitate to grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before I diagnose your dating history as a pre-existing condition.
You want some more? It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Think of me as your soldier, the man.
Sacral chakra is the second major chakra among the 7, which plays a crucial role in our well-being. Whether it's blocked, underactive, or overactive. Would you like to understand the reasons behind its conditions? This could be enlightening for you. Often past traumatic experiences linked to relationships or sexuality lead to self-hatred, reflecting in...
Lead to self-hatred. Boy, she was cooking, but I ain't got time to let her finish. I got to get these callers. Nzinga from Pensacola, Florida, you're up now. Let's talk.
Thank you. I just want to go off topic for about 60 seconds, if I could, please. So in the therapeutic community, and for those not familiar with that, that's like NAAA, Al-Anon. There's I forget the whole phrase, but pretty much it's something that says it's the God of your own understanding. And as I get older, I feel like that's more for other people. If you're on your own journey, I find it a bit egoic to tell God who God is for other people. If you're on your own journey, then you really should keep your eyes on your own paper. Because, like Jay-Z said, if you've been what I've been through, you be in Paris, whatever. So if he's a father to the fatherless, or just scratch that. I just think sometimes the other community can be just as judgmental and condescending if you're operating outside of the confines of who they think God is. And I just don't think that's fair. And I don't think God cares either. But that's what I wanted to say.
I love it. I love it.
But as far as the manifesting, like you said before, the gift was always you, but I feel like the manifestation is always you. But because, there's a video that talks about how we lost the code of the ancients and how things were passed down, we kind of lost that. And so when you begin to manifest out of things like fear, spite is a big one, especially when you get upset with somebody or maybe you have a breakup, I'm going to do all these things, and you begin to manifest out of spite. And sometimes when you steal things, and if you're manifesting out of spite, it may be almost like you're stealing it. Those things don't always, they can break.
Right.
And so I think, like you were saying, you become what you want to be. If you want love, you become love. If you want a lot of money, sometimes you have to vibrate just a little differently. And so that's all I have to say.
Girl, come on. This is our girl right here. Nzinga.
Good night.
Come on. What did you do, though? You got to tell us what you just did.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I brought Pensacola in the building.
Pensacola, Florida is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal, the routine, the procedure. You know how we get down over here, but you already know who's up next. Ronan from Naptown, man. Wait, let's get him his music, man. Let's get that what we got? We got The Price Is Right. I got the yell, come on down. Let's get it. Ronan from Indianapolis. You're the next contestant on the VOR. Come on down. Oh, he about to cut up. All right, Ronan. Here we go. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, brother?
I think it's needed. It seems like every topic hits home. It gives me a lot of homework. And admittedly, I suffer from an evolution dysfunction right now.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Well, I had to take some time to really do some interpersonal spring cleaning. And just like, the lovely lady from Mississippi mentioned, it's like we got to get rid of those masks we hide behind. Because a lot of times we find significance in the suffering and the symptoms. So when it comes down to it, I'm going to have to actually face something to free myself, which is mustering the courage to forgive the very people who cut me the deepest.
Wow. Yeah. It's heavy. Yeah, that's a heavy path to walk. But are you ready to carry that cross? Because can't nobody else carry it for you, brother. Are you ready? Do you want to carry that cross? Are you encouraged? Do you need motivation to carry that cross?
Slightly, but more than anything, I need a little more time and understanding responsibility doing that.
Well, that's fair. You get to ask for the time. And so long as you're using the time and you're not just stewing in the time, you have to use the time efficiently. And what that means is old ideas around forgiveness. What am I holding on to? Do I think forgiveness is conditional versus unconditional? If so, why? Do I think unconditional forgiveness is me taking an L? Do I think conditional forgiveness is a form of being able to control this person so that they won't do it again? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to work through all of that, right? You have to figure out that path with the time you're going to take to figure out how you interface with these people. But I'm going to say this, man. Life is one big process of letting go. That's really what it is. Well, like one is, it's you let go of one thing and then you get locked into something else, and then there's a moment that pops up and you gotta learn how to let that go, and then you gotta learn how to let something else. It's one big series of letting go. And if you're present in the process of letting go, it hurts less. It only hurts when we lose sight of the fact that attachment equals suffering. And presence equals release. Do you see?
Yeah, I understand. Like it's terrifying when people talk about they want the truth, but really, actual relief is very scary because you start seeing the true self that you've been hiding versus the false safety in rituals.
The false safety in rituals. And when I read my final thought here, you're going to see exactly what you need to do without me telling you. I don't want to tell you what you should do. I want you to see it from your own vantage point, right? It's not a prescription, really. Again, we caught up on doing. Everything is, well, I got to do this in order to. Manifestation is just another extension of I got to do this in order to get over that. When the real truth is do nothing. But most people don't know how to do nothing. Do you see how, man? Yeah. Hey, Ronan, holla at me anytime, bro. Guess what you just did, my friend?
Brian, that was back in the building.
Naptown, always in town. Let's get down. Y'all know how we do. Let me just say this, man. The alchemy of stagnation. People have labeled stillness stagnation. I'm stuck. Why? Because you think you're supposed to be perpetually growing. Not even growing, perpetually going. The alchemy of stagnation. Why? Suppression of self sabotages internal manifestation. We worship motion. Careers ascending, relationships evolving, selves perpetually optimizing, yet neuroscience reveals a heresy. Chronic suppression of unacceptable desires shrinks the hippocampus, right? Impairing memory and intuition, according to Alexander 2022. This empirical truth collides with Taoist or Taoist philosophy. The Wu Wei principle, non-action, becomes impossible when toxic positivity is taking up all of your capacity. Saying you good with something when you really not. That's according to Baylis 2021. It demands constant self-editing. Oh, everything is good. No, you know it's not good. In your spirit, you know it's not good. Self-edit. I guess I'm not a good person, or I ain't mastered it yet. Nobody knows how to sit with nothing no more. The sacral chakra, seat of creativity, atrophies under such regimens, transforming stagnation from sacred pause to spiritual failure because it's outcome-based. Don't you know manifestation is outcome-based? Relationships are based on outcome levels. If I get this, then that's a good relation. Oh. Modern manifestation rituals commit a quantum error by treating desires like Amazon orders, visualized, claimed, and delivered. We ignore Thomas Campbell's 2003 My Big Toe principle. Consciousness creates reality through non-linear entanglement, forcing outcomes, while suppressing shadows resembles planting orchards in concrete. Do you understand? Emotional mastery works. Let me just say this, man. Are y'all going to do the work or no? Zoe Williams started the conversation. I'm not asking you to agree with it. Investigate it on your own. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying prove me wrong when we come forward. Tomorrow is my Friday, and we got another slapper lined up. Let's get it.
Heaven's light, lovers dreaming dreams, each blessed by night. I will find a
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A judge resentenced Lyle and Eric Menendez to 50 years to life for the 1989 murders of their parents. Defense attorney Mark Garagos credits Judge Michael Jessic for making the correct ruling.